Okay, biggest controversy of the debate was about the two foundations. So they're both going to make their claims here. Pence is going to attack the Clinton Foundation, and then Kaine is going to defend it and attack the Trump Foundation. Let's see who came out ahead.
Hillary Clinton and her husband set up a private foundation called the Clinton Foundation. While she was Secretary of State, the Clinton Foundation accepted tens of millions of dollars from foreign governments and foreign donors. Now, y'all need to know out there, this is basic stuff. Foreign donors and certainly foreign governments cannot participate in the American political process. They cannot make financial contributions. But the Clintons figured out a way to create a foundation where foreign governments and foreign donors could donate millions of dollars. And then we found, thanks to the good work of the Associated Press, that more than half of her private meetings when she was Secretary of State were given to major donors of the Clinton Foundation. When you talk about all these baseless rumors about Russia and the rest, Hillary Clinton, you asked the trustworthy question at the very beginning. The reason the American people don't trust Hillary Clinton is because they are looking at the pay-to-play politics that she operated with the Clinton Foundation through a private server while she's Secretary of State. And they're saying enough is enough.
Senator Kaine.
I'm going to talk about the foundation, then I'll talk about North Korea. So, on the foundation, I am glad to talk about the foundation. The Clinton Foundation is one of the highest rated charities in the world. It provides AIDS drugs to about 11.5 million people. It helps Americans deal with opioid overdoses. It gets higher rankings for its charity than the American Red Cross does. The Clinton Foundation does an awful lot of good work. Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, took no action to benefit the foundation. The State Department did an investigation, and they concluded that everything Hillary Clinton did as Secretary of State was completely in the interests of the United States. So the foundation does good work, and Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, acted in the interest of the United States. But let's compare this now with the Trump Organization and the Trump Foundation. The Trump Organization is an octopus-like organization with tentacles all over the world whose conflict of interest could only be known if Donald Trump would release his tax returns. He's refused to do it. His sons have said that the organization has a lot of business dealings in Russia. And remember, the Trump Organization is not a nonprofit. It's putting money into Donald Trump's pockets and into the pockets of his children, whereas the Clinton Foundation is a nonprofit, and no Clinton family member draws any salary.
The Trump Foundation is a nonprofit.
In addition, Donald Trump has a foundation. The foundation was just fined for illegally contributing foundation dollars to a political campaign of a Florida Attorney General. They made an illegal contribution, and then they tried to hide it by disguising it as somebody else. And the person they donated to was somebody whose office was charged with investigating Trump University. This is the difference between a foundation that does good work and a Secretary of State who acted in accord with American interests, and somebody who is conflicted in doing work around the world and won't share with the American public what he's doing and what those conflicts are.
So, look, these are significant controversies for both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. I thought Tim Kaine got the better of it, but one part of his answer was comical. Does the Clinton Foundation do some good charitable work? They do. That's fair. Is it problematic that they got money from countries that Hillary Clinton was dealing with as the head of the State Department? Yes. Was Tim Kaine's response, well, the State Department investigated the Secretary of State and thought she was wonderful? That's comical.
Yeah, we don't buy that in other contexts.
Yes, so that part was terrible in my opinion. But overall,
he has to say it, of course.
No, I know. But overall, the Trump Foundation is an absolute disaster. And I mean, he hit on the Pam Bondi donations to get himself out of the Trump University lawsuit that she threatened to file. But you can go on and on with the corruption from the Trump Foundation. But at the end of the day, in this controversy, nobody's a winner. You got some significant geopolitical problems with the Clinton Foundation, and then you have basically wide-scale fraud with the Trump Foundation. Like the election, there are no winners here.
He didn't even bring up the cease and desist today. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Look, I would say honestly, from the point of view of Hillary Clinton, since this is considered, I think, the thing that has hurt her the most during this election since the conventions is the foundation and the debate about the foundations. If there's no winner, then that's probably good for her.
It is amazing, though, that like the leeway that Trump gets, because if Hillary Clinton you reversed it, and she ran a foundation that personally benefited her over and over again.
Portraits of herself in Tim
Could you
Tebow
imagine
helmets.
if Hillary Clinton had bought a 20-foot painting of herself, okay, and then put it in one of her golf courses, and then she had paid off an attorney general not to investigate her, and
because of her scam
you found out
university.
that she actually did not help anybody with AIDS or any other illnesses, but she in fact had donated more to her school's kids' private schools. Okay, I mean, it would be...
The reason why he has so much leeway is because he never helped overthrow a democratically elected government in Honduras and supported a right-wing death squads, right? So he did that thing with the painting, not half as bad as what the fuck she did in Honduras. So this is why, because to go against this guy, we have nominated the most flawed politician in the history of the Democratic Party, the most hated one for sure. So that's why, instead of this being a joke and everything being another joke about this guy, if he was running against anybody else, we're stuck having to take him seriously and sit here every night going, why doesn't this hurt him? It doesn't hurt him because she can't get people to come out and vote for her, and she's not even fucking trying, Jay.
Well, I think it does hurt him. It doesn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it hurts him. I mean, he's doing horribly, considering how bad she is.
And he still
if
might
it was
be
Bernie
president.
Sanders, then he would be at 5 points lower, and it would be
Probably
an
10
epic
points
win.
lower.
Well, 5 or 10, either way, it would be one of the biggest blowouts in presidential history.
And it wouldn't even be, and we would be laughy.
We would be drinking right now,
Right
not
now.
out of depression.
No,
We'd be clinking glasses
Yes.
the whole time.
Jack would be
that'd be
sitting
great.
here going like this. But that's why. And it's, you know what? No one really has I'm starting to ask people, what do we do in 4 years? Because it's going to be Hillary Clinton again, and things are going to be 4 years worse, and we're going to have a solid Republican Senate, solid Republican Congress. What do we do?
Maybe.
No, I know
We
that.
primary Hillary?
Primary in 4 years.
Of course!
But what
Of
if-
course we do!
But then they rig it again, just they exclude all the independents.
Well,
and they
I mean, look, in your worst case scenario, if you set it up, what are you, a moderator? You set it up as we lose no matter what. They rig this, they rig that.
In that case, we lose.
In your hypotheticals, we lose, but that's not going to be the hypothetical. She's going to be deeply unpopular and but might not even run again.
You think the
I
Democratic
think
Party's
she'll
going
run
to shake off their donors, Cenk, and become a party of the people?
No, that's why I'm going to kick their ass and get an amendment. And I'm going to make them do it because I'm not waiting for the Democratic Party to be my goddamn savior.
But
know,
Cenk,
people-
then you should have started doing that a couple of years ago.
Oh, maybe I did.
Yeah, maybe start a ground game.
What is that?
Okay.
You know what? Here's one more thing to remember that is a positive note. You know, some people make the case that, you know who the most liberal president is in my lifetime? Richard Nixon. Mm-hmm. People say that he gave us the EPA, all those things
Those couple of examples are good examples.
You've heard that stuff, right?
He also
before?
started the war on drugs.
Sure, he
and-
bombed Cambodia.
He also bombed more people than any other.
Okay.
You got to win an election.